find funny about Batman is that he would work to try to find a cure for COVID-19. But when it comes to his own health, whether it's a cold, the flu, whatever, he could care less. And when his dad, Alfred, tells him, you need to rest, you need to stay in bed, you need to take medicine, you need to eat chicken soup, all of the remedies for like the common cold, he's like, nah, fam. That's not important. I guess the moral of the story is, while you may want to go out there and protect others, please remember to protect yourself as well, especially with all that we're dealing with right now. Welcome back, Gothamites. If you're new here, hi. I'm London, aka History of the Batman. The world is a little bit scary right now due to the global coronavirus pandemic. And while I do my best to post fun and comforting media surrounding this topic to help put you Gothamites at ease, I personally am suffering from tons of anxiety surrounding this. Probably because I am a type 1 diabetic, hi, nice to meet you, which is a condition that can really make having the coronavirus suck. Like, suck so much I can be hospitalized and all kinds of horrible things. I have a worse chance of not recovering than others out there who don't have a chronic illness such as diabetes. So of course I am a little bit not wanting to leave my house at all. Because I'm freaking out just a little bit, talking about Batman in any capacity takes away some of that stress and anxiety for me. And one of my favorite things to do, pandemic or not, is to connect Batman, a fictional character, to real world issues. I even have a playlist that dives into many topics that I have discussed in the past, from what is Batman's religion, to what is his political ideology, to even if Batman sleeps. Because I suffer from insomnia, so I feel like he probably does, because he's Batman. If you're interested in any of those type of topics, I will put that playlist in the description below. But I like to make these connections because I think we are able to relate to this DC icon so much more, all while learning about his mythology in the process. And so that is what this video is about. From the common cold to population killing viruses, Batman and his DC Comics allies over the years have faced a variety of diseases and plagues. For this video, I wanted to briefly highlight some of the most prominent storylines that showcases Batman's battle with viruses and diseases, whether on a major scale or just his own personal illness, and perhaps figure out how Batman would try to combat the real-life concern of the coronavirus. But before we go viral in the worst way possible, why don't you subscribe to this channel and become part of this wonderful Gothamite community. Our first story is Batman Green Arrow, The Poison Tomorrow, which was a 1992 one-shot graphic novel that was written by Denny O'Neil and illustrated by Michael Netzer and Joe Rubinstein. Oliver Queen, aka Green Arrow, crosses paths with Batman in Gotham City, and Batman just apprehended Dr. Parson, who is delirious after contracting a horrible disease that results in terrible rashes, insanity, and ultimately death. But after Batman learns that Black Canary, Green Arrow's girlfriend, and both of their allies in the Justice League, has this disease after Dr. Parsons fights her and bites her, which that's just the worst way to get a disease. Oh, you know, actually I'm going to talk about another worse way that you get a disease that you read in these stories. Are those sirens? I swear. It's just part of all my videos now. Just siren, because life's problematic, so. The Caped Crusader starts an investigation alongside Green Arrow to figure out the source of this virus, and it all leads back to the classic femme fatale Poison Ivy, who with the help of Dr. Parsons, whom she seduced with her poison ivy ways, was able to synthesize her toxins in her bloodstream in order to increase their contagion. Considering only her and her boy toy that she keeps around are the only ones able to withstand her deadly poison, Ivy gives it to Parsons, who was trying to develop an antidote, but it drove him mad and ultimately he died within Batman's custody. So we're a little screwed right now. Poison Ivy's big plan is not only to contaminate her poison in food, such as baby food that's in grocery stores, which that's awful. But she ultimately wants to wipe out the entire population and to start anew with her being the ultimate Mother Nature. So while Poison Ivy says that Dr. Parsons was not able to make an antidote, which is technically true, Batman, being Batman, figured out Parsons' kind of cryptic message before he passed away and learned that all of the info that he needed to cure people was right in that message, which is bone marrow. The doctors put marrow with the right antibodies into people who have the disease's body, such as Black Canary, resulting in the immune system taking hold and the body eventually eradicating the virus and becoming better again. The Black Canary was fine, even Green Arrow, who came in contact with Poison Ivy, was fine, and Poison Ivy kind of escaped within the ending explosion, and now we don't know where she is, but I'm sure she's fine because she always is fine. But that is definitely an underrated one-shot that I recommend you guys picking up. The next story is Batman Contagion. In this 11-chapter crossover that features all of the major Batman publications from Detective Comics to Robin to Shadow of the Bat, in this 1996 tale, Azrael tells the Dark Knight that the Order of Saint D.O.A is sending the Ebola virus, aka the Apocalypse virus, to Gotham City, and anyone who contracts it will be dead in 12 hours. Patient Zero turns out to be a Saint D.O.A agent who is infected, decides to barricade himself in Gotham City's luxury apartments called Babylon Towers, and ultimately infects every single person there. Which is a great segue to tell you, stay at home if you can. If you are not working an essential job that is decreed by the government that is essential, please stay home. If more and more people stay home, we can flatten the curve of spreading the virus. I'm just saying. Hashtag stay at home. Please. Now Batman is trying to find people who have actually survived this apocalypse virus and is trying to get some of their blood in order to find a cure for this disease before more people die. And of course the Batman family helps the Dark Knight on this quest, but this actually leads to Tim Drake, aka Robin, contracting the disease because while he was trying to help a Gothamite, one spit in his face. That is so disgusting and one of the worst things I have ever heard. That's like you walking down the street and someone is walking towards you and just coughs in your face. At this time of life, it's so much. So of course Tim got sick, but with the help of Azrael, him and Batman are able to find a cure and give it to those who were infected, including Tim Drake's Robin. However, the people of Babylon Towers, not only did it result in the burning down of the entire complex, but there were also riots in the streets and looting because of all this. But I'm sure you're thinking, oh, that's wonderful. Tim's not sick anymore. They have the cure. We're done with the apocalypse virus, right? No, because just when you thought burning down a whole ass complex was the worst of it, in Contagion's 1996 sequel called Batman Legacy, which was also a crossover series that featured many of the Batman publications, Azrael then comes to the Dark Knight with some more great news. I would be like, oh no, why are you here? Because last time you came to tell me something, you guys spread the Ebola virus, so what are we doing today? Azrael tells Batman that the apocalypse virus has a dormant strand that not only will continue to poison Gotham, but has also taken hold of Tim Drake because of course it did. So now Batman and Dick Grayson's Nightwing travel to the Sudan where they hear of the Immortal One that has a hold on this mutated strand, and I will give you just one guess. just one, who you think that is, that has taken the mutated strand and now wants to use it to wipe out the population. Just one guess. Did you guess it? I hope you guessed Ra's al Ghul, because that is the right answer. But not only Ra's al Ghul, also the man who broke the bat, Bane, is working with him and the League of Assassins to try to spread this apocalypse virus in order to wipe out the population and start anew. What is up with Ra's and Poison Ivy wanting to kill everybody? That's just part of the code, I guess, of being like a supervillain in Gotham. Crazy. So now Batman, Nightwing, and the whole Bat family have to literally travel the globe and chase the League of Assassins to stop them from literally trying to spread the virus anywhere they can. Another segue into telling you stay at home. I'm so tired. In the end, we see Batman returning to Gotham City in order to fight both Ra's and Bane, and then with the help of the awesome Oracle, they are able to actually find a cure for the apocalypse virus, and they're able to give it to the infected that are still alive, because unfortunately many people died thanks to Ra's and Bane. But what's sad about the end of this story is that it just jumps right into the 7.6 earthquake that ruins Gotham in Cataclysm, and then that resorts to, of course, the year-long 1999 saga No Man's Land, where Gotham is cut off from the United States and is just deserted. Now, of course, right now we are not going through anything relatively similar to Batman No Man's Land. However, the National Guard just arrived in California, so it's good times right now. Another Batman story that I quickly do want to mention is the 1999 one-shot called Batman D.O.A. Dead on Arrival. Written and illustrated by Bob Hall. Bruce thinks he just has the flu, and so he's like, Alfred, don't worry about me. I don't need to lay down. I don't need to go to bed. I don't need to take medicine. It's fine, because you know what's more important than my health right now? Finding a kidnapped girl. And that is all he cares about, which I totally appreciate. I do, Batsy, I really do. However, we find out that no, it's not just the flu that Batman has. Oh no, Joker, Two-Face, and Penguin threatened a doctor to make them a virus to infect Batman that can kill him in less than 24 hours, which results in Batman hallucinating, being violently ill, and it's just throwing him off of his goal to find this lost little girl in Gotham. And so going through all this, he not only has to save her life, but also has to find the cure for this. And of course, with the help of the Bat family, it's a struggle, we get there, but it is still a really good, another underrated, I think, one-shot that you should definitely check out if you haven't. Poor Batsy. Could you imagine someone wanting to get rid of you or hate you so much that they would create a lethal plague to infect you with, to just take you out? That's awful. But yes, please go check out that book. And just like my last video, all the stories that I will be mentioning in this video, I will put in my Amazon shop, and I will link the list in the description below. If you want to pick up, or right now just buy online these books, I will hook you guys up so you can check out these really viral stories. I'm so sorry. Our last major story that I wanted to quickly highlight is the Amazo Virus. It was a 2014 arc written by Jeff Johns and illustrated by Doug Mank and Ivan Rice, and was published in Justice League issues 35 through 39. Once Dr. Anthony Ivo created the power-replicating android named Amazo to combat the Justice League, but he wasn't successful, because of course he wasn't successful. It's the Justice League. Lex Luthor saw this as an opportunity to create a synthesized disease from this in order to not gain metahuman abilities, but to suppress them in humans. Although Lex packaged this to the government as a way to stop superpowered criminals, officials saw this as way too dangerous to actually use in real life and decided to shelve the project completely. However, when Neutron actually tries to assassinate Lex Luthor, in in the whole struggle, the virus actually went airborne. And now, lots and lots of people are infected, starting in Metropolis. Now, if you were a being with superpowers, so stressful, it not only strips you from your superhero abilities, but it also transforms them into really, really aggressive, almost zombie-like creatures who think that they are the one dominant species within the entire multiverse. And so they're a little violent. Now, if you don't have superpowers, such as, oh, I don't know, Batman, you first get flu-like symptoms. Can't we relate to that? Then the next 24 hours comes up and you may receive a metahuman power that closely relates to you and your DNA, basically. Then after this very strange period, you basically start to deteriorate from the inside. Your heart bursts, your brain boils, you start throwing up everywhere, and ultimately you die. If for some reason you survive all that, I don't know. I don't know how someone can survive their heart bursting and their brain boiling. But if you horribly survive this, you just become a metahuman zombie. And you become that aggressive, dominant person that you think you are. So because the Justice League went out to save Gothamites and other citizens in different cities and didn't decide, hey, maybe we should wear like protective gear so we don't get sick from helping all these people, most of the Justice League got the virus, including Batman. And because we out here as Batman, not only did Bruce go blind as a bat, but he also gets echolocation like bats. It's just, it's fine. All of it turning into an actual world quarantine. Once again, stay at home. Luthor, with permission from Superman, because of course he has to get permission from Superman, is able to take a sample of Superman's Kryptonian blood in order to make a cure in order for the virus to attach to a person's cells instead of their DNA, which is the reason why people are mutating and getting the metahuman abilities and all of the horribleness that's happening right now. With this, you can create an actual enzyme that eradicates the virus totally and doesn't just leave it dormant in your system. After Superman and Lex are able to create a cure, Argus and the Justice League go around the world and give the antidote to sick individuals who haven't succumbed to the horrible illness that is this Amazo virus. Now, there are other viruses and diseases that have been featured within the DC universe that have Batman involved in some way, from the Doomsday virus that was used by Bruce Wayne of Earth -1 in order to combat that Earth Superman, but turned into the Devastator, which you first see in Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Dark Knight's Metal, to the OMAC virus that was actually stored in Wayne Tech. But sometimes Batman isn't really dealing with world-killing plagues and contagious and man-made viruses. Sometimes he's just sick-flavored sick. Whether it's actually having a cold, fighting a villain like Mr. Freeze, which you see comically in the 1992 Batman the Animated Series episode Heart of Ice, where the whole time all of our dads, Alfred Pennyworth, is like, bruh, you need to rest. Here is my soup. Please stay warm. Like, you're sick. You need a break. Even in Batman Nightfall, where Batman's entire self is just slowly but surely breaking down because he is not sleeping, he's not really eating, he's just going out every night and trying to put back all the villains to Arkham Asylum one by one, thanks to Bane. But of course, Batman doesn't listen. Why would Batman listen? All Batman really wants to do is help those in need. So if we did place Batman and his allies of the Justice League of America in this real world situation, trying to figure out how to combat this pandemic of the COVID-19 virus, they would do everything they can to help the doctors and health technicians and the real heroes in our lives that are out there right now, not at home, who are helping people that are sick and anyone else in need. They would work with them in order to not only find the cure, but also try to do many PSAs saying, please stay at home. Please take the right precautions if you are feeling sick. Please take the right precautions if you're not feeling sick. Please listen to the stay-at-home orders or any order that is happening wherever you are in the world right now. They would be a part of that effort to try and flatten the curve and just eradicate this virus as much as humanly possible. But yes, Batman may not be real. However, looking at the different stories that we highlighted in this video, we can see that the Dark Knight, along with his allies, whether from the Batman family or the Justice League of America, would try to help save the literal world from illness. Since we don't have a Batman in our lives, what we do have is each other. And we are in this Batman community, and I think if we are able to be there for one another, even if it's virtually, we can all try to work together to get through this troubling time in our world's history. Remember, you are totally not alone in this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video about how would Batman combat the coronavirus, and a little bit of a history with Batman combating diseases within the DC Comics universe. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a bat thumbs up. As always, all of my social media is linked in the description below, including Instagram at History of the Batman. So why don't you follow and become a Gothamite? Check out my other Batman videos on this channel, and of course, please subscribe to this channel so you can be part of this Batman community. It would mean so much to me. If you do want more factual and up-to-date information about the spread of the COVID-19 virus, I am linking both the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention websites in the description below, so you can learn more about the virus, how to prevent the illness, and the steps you should take if you have contracted the coronavirus. I know we are all different in terms of work life or school life or just life in general, but if you can stay home, I would totally recommend it. But of course, there are many of us out there who work for essential companies, and I just want to say, if you are helping the sick out there or anything that you're helping to try to combat all of this, I applaud your efforts, and honestly, you guys are the true superheroes of this whole thing. I know we love Batman and Superman and all of the characters, but it's really the doctors and health technicians and everyone that has been donating, whether it's money or masks or ventilators or any of it. If you've done any of that to help, I honestly appreciate it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all are trying to stay well and healthy and helping your friends and family that maybe some of them are your quarantine buddies, and if they're not, please check on them. Call them, text them, DM them, set up Skype chats, whatever it is to communicate with them. We should all be checking on each other to make sure that we are all okay and to see how we can help each other in any way possible. Community is very key in times like these. And so if you are part of this community, I really thank you so much for watching. And we will have more History of the Batman soon, right here on YouTube. Remember, Gothamites, all about peace, love, and Batman. Bye.